Hey, thanks for joining me today. This is Pastor Laf, and I know it looks like I am actually in heaven, probably. Blue sky behind me. Actually, I'm out praying over property that we own and praying about our building and our things that we're going to be doing on it. Sorry for the sniffles a little bit this morning. Just a lot of dust in the air out here in this desert. We're in Psalm chapter 55. We're going to start reading in verse 1. Give ear to my prayer, O God, and do not hide yourself from my supplication. Attend to me and hear me. I am restless in my complaint and moan noisily. Because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. For they bring down trouble upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is severely pained within me, and the terrors of death have fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling have come upon me, and horror has overwhelmed me. So I said, Oh, that I had wings like a dove! I would fly away and be at rest. Indeed, I would wander far off and remain in the wilderness. Selah. I'm going to stop there because this is a pretty long psalm. But listen to what David is saying here. I mean, I'm sure that you go through times like I do, where you feel pretty alone. But David had people seriously searching for his life, hunting him down. You and I do too. It might not be a physical person, but we have an enemy of our souls who's constantly searching to bring us down. So David is saying, Lord, just listen to me, verse 1. Listen to me. Number 2, hear me. I'm restless. I'm moaning. Verse 3 is very important because I think this applies to us in many of our aspects today. He said, I'm restless and I moan. Verse 3, because of the voice of the enemy. Now, he does describe a few other things later on, but consider it's the voice of the enemy that's causing him to be restless and moan. Sometimes, and I know we don't always, people don't always understand it, but it's not the threat of physical death that I think can be the worst. I think it can be worse just the threat of someone who's always speaking against you. Every time you try and make a move, every time you try and make a right turn, they're doubting you, speaking of your failure, of how you're going to fail. It's the voice of an enemy almost, who's always speaking negatively about you and always bringing up things of your past. You've never made it so far. Why will you make it now? That would be the voice of an enemy. You see, Father, our Father, He knows you and He knows your faults and your failures. But He believes in your success. And it's not because of the greatness that lies within you, but His Spirit that resides within you. We need to lean more on Him than we do on us and our knowledge and our understanding and our wisdom. Verse 4, it says, my heart is severely pained. The terrors of death have fallen upon me. He was afraid of dying, being killed. Verse 5, fearfulness and trembling have come upon me, and horror has overwhelmed me. And so David says what so many of us say, I wish I could just walk away from here. I wish I could get away from this mess and go far away and not have to deal with it. I don't want to walk through this, Lord. I don't want to go through this thing. I don't want to have to deal with this. And truly, it is difficult. He said, I'd wander off and remain in the wilderness. I would just go somewhere if I could just be alone. Hear me. You might feel like that today. You might feel completely overwhelmed in your circumstance. Wonder what in the world are you going to do and how are you going to handle it. You might want to flee, but I will tell you this. You serve a God who will not fail you and will not forsake you. And wherever you are and whatever you're dealing with and whatever you're going through, He remains faithful. Hold on to Him. Believe in Him. Read His Word. Spend more time with Him in prayer. Fast and pray and seek His face. And He will come through. He loves us. He wouldn't have wasted Jesus' life if He didn't. Because it would have been a waste if He didn't care. And He does care. Lean on Him. Thanks for joining me today. God bless you. And we'll pick this up tomorrow. Bye-bye.